Hello everyone, this is your host Professor Reha, and welcome back to the melee dual-wielding pistols. In this particular, in Elite, see the main difference between Veteran and Elite with this particular, I don't have the right, there we go, is that, actually they scaled quite nicely. Alright, then we're not going to have the problems I predicted, because I keep forgetting what the maximum level here is. Anyways, more to the point, Veteran is the setup difficulty. That's generally where you want to be setting up at least a majority of your skills, the baseline of your build. You want to at least be level 50 before you get to Elite, because you want to have enough abilities to actually be able to do what you need to do and fight effectively. So that's basically why you spend so much time in Veteran. You want to at least hit level 50. From Veteran to Ultimate, which is the Elite difficulty, you really don't necessarily want to be going up a huge amount of levels. It doesn't really make a difference whether you do or don't. That's not important, although you generally want to be roughly level 70. I definitely over-leveled, like I said, for this, but I am glad to see that it is not going to wind up significantly biting me later on. So that's a fairly positive point there. I always forget what the levels are of Elite, because Veteran I know pretty well. Ultimate is... there is no cap in Ultimate, really. Except for, I think, in the first couple of areas it's 90 plus. And then after that, really, there's no limit. So Ultimate I remember very easily, but I always have a problem remembering the level caps on Elite, because they're not quite consistent. Not as consistent as Ultimate, obviously, or even Veteran. So I do have a bit of a hard time with that, but it doesn't really make a difference. We have confirmed that we are not going to be having any kind of serious issue. But in Elite, you really are looking to try and get some reputation ups that way, even if you don't hit Revered in Elite, you are in a really strong position to hit it as early as possible in Ultimate. So this is really a matter of just trying to blast through and get the quest lines done for whatever factions you happen to be behind on. This will almost invariably include Devil's Crossing, unless you, for some bizarre reason, did the bounties for Devil's Crossing in Veteran, which I really don't recommend you do any bounties in Veteran or even Elite unless you're really desperate for either equipment or levels, because you get more experience and reputation boosts from the bounties if you do them in Ultimate. So it does not make sense to do the bounties in Veteran or even Elite. So we're just going to really quickly waltz through a lot of this early content for this delicious reputation. That is the goal here. Alright. And then we just have to talk to Faldus. Oh, and the sister, of course. Now, for Elite, what you really want to do, you really should strive for, is to hit Honored before you start going after Cronley's gang, because you can get some pretty nice bonus rep from them, if you can do that, because you get extra, obviously, bonuses from the Writ. So we're going to pop down here and get rid of Veloth really quick. I am aware of the fact a lot of people pronounce it Viloth, which is probably how it was supposed to be pronounced, but there is no E after the L, so it is Viloth, really, technically speaking. It occurred to me earlier today when I was running through with another character that technically that's pronounced Viloth, not Viloth. I don't know if I'm the only one who wasn't aware of that initially, but maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's Maybelline. Who knows? Anyways, as you can see, this still isn't that difficult, just because a lot of... quite frankly, the first half of the game with this build is just not going to be too difficult. Aura of Censure is insanely powerful against a lot of enemies that are just generally slow moving, which is pretty much anything that doesn't breathe air. So you're pretty much golden in that aspect. Excellent. And fantastic. Oh, you're a hero. Hold on. And a defender, so you're going to be pain in the neck. There we go. Or not. Dominator Gauntlets of Vitality, so we already know we won't be equipping those because we don't do vitality damage, and we don't have pets. Dominator is always pets. Alright. Can I burn you from here? No. I'll eventually overcome the deep sorrow and disappointment in my heart from that, but one of these years at least. It may take me absolute decades to recover, but I will eventually recover from this disappointment. Alright. And as you can see, I mean, we've been here 5 minutes, we've cleared 2 quests. The 2 easiest, honestly, but still. Go ahead and use a health potion here to finish you guys off really quick. So what? Okay, it's my poison acid. I thought it would be, but I wasn't 100% sure. Now let me see. Yes, we're going to actually need this. And poppity pop. Excellent. And slap. Now the reason why it's so important to get the faction reputations up is because they will supply you with acceptable late game equipment if you're at the correct, if you're at revered. So that's quite helpful, obviously, but that's generally, I usually use the faction merchants as a backup in case I'm unlucky enough to get the equipment I need from just the regular old quest completion. And that all depends purely on how lucky you are. I'm not going to be particularly lucky at the moment because I am level 64. I would have preferred to be closer to 50 because that would have increased my chances, being nice low level. Would have been a lot harder to fight, but I mean, considering all of the support we have in this build for self-sustain, that wasn't really going to be a huge problem. Coronet of Vitality, so we already know we're not going to be using that. The Band of the Sea, Lightning and Aether, that's nice and all. The Marauder's Ammo Belt, Fire Strike, Explosive Strike. We don't do cold damage, and we don't use Fire or Explosive Strike at this time. That is also useless. Alright, fantastic. Just waltz up here. The main point of going through all of Ultimate difficulty is to set yourself up for farming of whatever materials you need for other characters, and to get the shrines you will need to actually carry yourself through Ultimate, because, essentially speaking, besides getting more experience in Ultimate for doing the shrines, you really don't need the shrines benefits in Elite or Veteran in most cases, unless you're either extremely cursed when it comes to weapon drops, or alternatively, your combination is just not working, or, which is the most usual culprit, your combination requires certain items to work and you just haven't gotten those, or you don't already have them lined up, then that can cause you to fail in Elite. Elite is basically the test to see, hey, can this character make it through Ultimate? Because if they can't make it through Elite, they probably won't be able to make it very effectively through Ultimate, even with Shrine benefits. So that's, you know, one of the main things there is why, that's primarily one of the other reasons why I go ahead and go through Elite, besides obviously the reputation boosts, which are very important. It also serves as a test run of the character after the character has survived Elite. Can this character potentially get through Ultimate? Because in Ultimate, usually, your only form of growth is going to primarily be a limited amount of leveling and mostly equipment. In Veteran and in Elite, 50% of your strengthening is going to come from your equipment and 50% from leveling, but this is drastically different in Ultimate. So in order to compensate for the loss of stat increases that would normally happen from leveling up, you need shrines, shrine benefits. That is why you need them in Ultimate, besides the experience, obviously, and why you don't need them so much in Elite. Even right now in Elite, if I'm having a problem with a particular area, I can farm a little bit somewhere, get some extra experience and equipment, come back with a better setup, and do better. But I can't necessarily do that in Ultimate, because very likely in Ultimate, I'm going to be pretty high in level anyways, so that isn't quite as effective of a strategy. That's not where I want it to be. Quite as effective of a strategy, because at that point you're already pretty darn close to level 100 anyways, if you're not already at level 100, depending on how aggressively you grind in general. So you have to sort of compensate for that loss of that form of growth in Ultimate by going for shrines. And that's really when shrines become a necessity. They're a nice to have in the early stages, but quite frankly, as I stated earlier, death in Veteran isn't usually a huge deal. Once you hit level 50 in Veteran, it really doesn't matter how often you die, it's just not important. So you don't really need necessarily huge benefits in Veteran or even in Elite. In Elite, I'm going to be trying really hard to hit at least level 70, because it's kind of dangerous to go into Ultimate without at least some more skills, some more strengthening. But I'll probably hit, honestly, closer to level 75. There's the cave I need, that's good. But that's ultimately what we're talking about here. So that's really why those are the two primary reasons why I hold off on shrines until Ultimate. Because technically, you shouldn't need shrines until Ultimate. And in Ultimate, leveling in Ultimate is a bit difficult. Enemies just don't give you the same proportionate amount of experience that they used to in Veteran and Elite, so you kind of have to supplement that with extra experience sources from other locations, which primarily is going to be quests, obviously, and shrines. That is where a lot of your experience is going to come from in Ultimate. So whatever levels you're missing at the end of Elite, you're going to be essentially acquiring in Ultimate via mostly quest completion and shrines. So at the end of Elite, if for some reason I'm not level 70, then I would consider doing the Outcast quests. Or if I feel like I'm not a high enough level, I might do the Outcast quests even if I'm past level 70. It's a decision I'll have to make at the end of Elite, but we don't necessarily need to do the Outcast quests. It is a matter of personal opinion at that point. Am I far enough in levels where I can comfortably go into Elite and reasonably expect me to not have a serious issue? And that's something you're going to have to answer for yourself. It's going to depend on your build. It's going to depend on what equipment you've already been able to acquire. It's going to depend on several factors that you and only you are going to know at that time. No matter how skilled a player may be, you're going to be the one who knows your build best, and the most other people can do, which I see this very effectively done on the subreddit, the most other people can do is offer you some suggestions, some things that maybe you didn't think about because they just have a different enough point of view. This is actually really nice. We lose the experience gain, but that's essentially fine. We'll go ahead and equip that, actually. That's really quite nice. Even if we'll pretty soon probably be equipping a legendary belt anyways, but that doesn't really make a difference. Now we need to just... I don't know why I'm bothering clearing this out, to be honest. I don't need anything over here. Hello. Alright, nice. I've been slowed, and there's a large quantity of lunatics over here, but that's fine. Not exactly dangerous. Goodbye. Oh wait, there's a straggler. Oh, there's the slip necklace I need. There we go. Excellent. And we'll just go ahead and kill this zombie. It's a pretty straight shot at this point, really. Hi there. Hiya. Oh, a strange key. Alright, that's fairly interesting. That's pretty helpful. That means we get to whack Dureni early and get some guaranteed chthonic seals of binding, I believe? Or is it chthonic blood? I can't remember which one you get. Oh, that's a sigil of consumption, so we don't want to stand in that. Go ahead and chat with our sad boy Isaac. Yeah. Now, something that a lot of people don't actually consider is that as you get worse and worse reputation with the various enemy factions, they will spawn more and more enemies. Ideally, you will eventually get to the point where you are... What is the term they use? It's not hated, it's nemesis, yes. When they get to nemesis, that's what you really want, because then these extra special heroes are going to start spawning called nemesis. You want these. They're insanely tough to kill, but they drop some really amazing equipment, and probably they're your best source of equipment. They even often have unique monster infrequents that they can drop for you that are impressively powerful, especially if you can get something at level 90 plus. So you really, ideally, in a perfect world, you are at Nemesis in Ultimate. You really want to be passionately despised, to the point of actually, passionately Nemesis of groups, because that's where you're going to get the spiciest of equipment, is from the Nemesis. I have not been killing enough enemies for this. This is partially because I have been kind of blitzing through, but that's why you have grinding and the Shattered Realm. Really, the only thing you will primarily be grinding... Well, I can't say the only thing. One of the very few things you have to grind in this game, and this is why I love Grim Dawn, is you just have to grind hatred. Which is a really odd concept, but it is 100% true. There is, to some extent... I mean, there's a pretty good likelihood if you don't happen to kill enough Cronley's gang, or you don't get to... Which is probably going to happen with this character here. You're probably not going to get to the point of necessarily... Oop, there we go. Getting the writ from Devil's Crossing, so there's a decent chance that this character will have to grind Devil's Crossing rep. This is fine. We can deal with this. It is perfectly alright. It just doesn't look like I'm very likely to get the writ by the time I hit up Cronley's gang, so I'm going to be probably a little behind in my reputation in Ultimate as a result. But we can, like I said, we can deal with this the old-fashioned way. Just doing the bounties in Ultimate, getting some extra experience and stuff. It's not that bad of a deal. But otherwise, other than that, primarily you're just going to be farming anti-reputation, so to speak, from the enemy factions in an effort to get them to spawn nemesis at you so you can farm the nemesis. Alright. Yeah, we'll just leave them, whatever. Go get Isaac's Spalders. Another thing that hurts my reputation bonus is that I did not get the second merchant by accident in Veterans. That was a little bit, I think it was 100 or 200, possibly 300 reputation that I lost there, but that's fine. And that's just a bounty quest that we can take and deal with that. It's not a huge deal. Just have to make sure we rescue him this time. There we go. And no totem, which is a bit unfortunate. Alright. Excellent. And that's not bad. Alright, so we have a very interesting comparison here. On the one hand, we lose poison acid resistance. We get... we also technically lose bleeding resistance. But it is a really nice set of shoulders. Now, what is our piercing resistance at this point? 75%, so that's fine. We're actually going to gain in that, so that's alright. What about our poison acid? That's 20% over, so we can afford to actually lose the 20% there. The elemental resistance doesn't matter. We're overcapped on that. We got 22 here anyways. The bleeding resistance, we have 33% over max there. Vitality resistance, we're maxed out there anyways, so that doesn't make a difference. So yeah, these are actually good. We're going to actually equip Isaac's Shoulders of Squalls, because that's actually something we really can use. We don't need anything else here. What we need to do is go to the Foggy Bank, rescue the merchant, and then we'll get rid of you just because you're a pain in the neck. Get out of here. There you go. Usually he's on the right-hand side. Let's find out. Hold on. Let's take out some wasps for rep points. Alright. And just eliminate all of you. That's fine. Alright. Nope, get out of here. Okay. So we slap all you fellas down. Goodbye. And no merchant down here. That's fine. If I'd been paying a bit more attention to the minimap, I probably would have known that before having to go all the way down there, but I was not paying enough attention to the minimap, so I had no clue. Alright. There he is. Hey, Stooge. How you doing? You're looking like a snack. Alright, there we go. Now that we've done that, we'll go ahead and take out this bug really quick, because no one likes bugs. We're going to ignore the rest of the bugs, because no one likes bugs. And now we're going to report in a whole bunch of our quests. This is going to be perfectly alright. And talk to you. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and sell the various pieces of equipment we have, because we know for a fact we don't need this, a lot of this. I equipped the gloves, so we don't need to keep those. We have the amulet right here still, so we're fine there. If we ever decide to switch that, that's a whole different conversation. Alright, that's fantastic. We're going to go ahead and store our blue items really quick. This actually, hold on, the decorated boulders should go here. We need to sell that belt. I forgot about that. Didn't even notice it there. I keep also forgetting to get this in here. There we go. My goodness, about time. That's right. Okay, so sell these last two items here. Goodbye. And then we're going to go ahead and go to Burwich Outskirts. Now, you could go into the Flooded Passage. Again, that is a personal call you will have to make. I would recommend, if you do feel the urge to go down there, wait until Ultimate, because, again, you are going to get potentially better items, usually better items, so that's... But ultimately, that's going to be up to you. Alright, we're going to make a quick detour over to Coltland, because we have the Strange Key, and we get an experience bonus for just using it. So, we're just going to go ahead over there really quick, because I do want to hit level 70 as quickly as possible at this current moment. So we're just going to waltz on over and slap some people around a little bit, and use the Strange Key for some experience. Free experience. Hello. That was a complete whiff. We don't talk about it. It's fine. And then you guys go. There we go. And goodbye. Hello, hello, hello. Alright. And gone. Excellent. Oop, there we go. And you're gone. That's delightful. Okay. Is there anything else over here I should check while I'm over here? Yeah, random chest. This goon, who I don't even need to pay that much attention to, because he'll just drop that anyways. which is how it should be. Alright, now I've noticed that sometimes this will give you the experience bonus just by clicking on the door, and sometimes it'll give it to you after you enter. Okay, this one gave it to me after I entered this time. That's fine, it doesn't really make a difference. Back to Burwich Outskirts, we gotta rescue the Grims, and kill those 2 zombie guys. Go through Burwich Village very quickly. Hello. Alright. Excellent. And just whack through here. Alright, they're actually hitting me decently hard, so we're gonna actually do this. Deal with some of these ranged people, because my Aura of Censure will deal with the melee people. There we go. That's quite delicious. Oh, a hero! That's part of the problem. And you're corrupted. Which, you know, Aether damage. Probably not really what I want to be seeing at this time, but that's fine. Ooh, yep. That was close. But we made it out fine. Give me that. Alright, good. Take out the healer first, obviously. Now, something that a lot of people also don't talk about is that there are more healing enemies out there that spawn, and some groups will even get healers where they don't normally have them, or well, let me rephrase that, where they didn't have them in Veteran. You'll see Slith healers, for instance. They occasionally spawn now, and they didn't used to before. You, of course, have the Slith Void Callers, who summoned the Chthonic things, adding some nice chaos and vitality damage to their usual stale repertoire of Poison Acid. Which is incredibly predictable and incredibly easy to counterattack in Elite, so that's probably why they threw that out there. Of course, certain classes are going to just basically not care about that. For example, the Occultist is generally very good against Poison Acid and Chaos, so, as well as Vitality, so that's just, you know, how that rolls. We're probably going to kill the Skycaller just because we can, basically. Oh, there's a hero here who I absolutely want to mess with. Nice poison damage. And you get to melee with me, and I kill you instantly. Hello, you have a friend. That is fine. We're gonna run up on this fool. Zap him to death. And problem solved. Even though there was no problem to begin with, because we are awesome. Alright. Here we go. Oh, there's also a totem down there. I know where the totem is. Hold on. We actually... Well, no, it's actually a little easier to go to that totem from the other side here. So we're going to go ahead and clear this area out really quick. It's just easier. It's this individual guy over there shooting me, but it doesn't really matter. He doesn't do enough damage to be of any kind of concern, especially with Inquisitor Seal. However, he is standing in line there, so we might as well take advantage of this. There we go. Look at that. Get out of here, punk. And we don't do pets. I forgot Wanderer did pets, Streaks Gaze, so we don't care. And now we're going to visit Burial Hill really quickly for a nice, delicious totem. Alright. And blast you guys really quick. Get out of here. Excellent. Olsen's Wrath is so glorious. It looks cool, it feels amazing, it's very satisfying, even if you're not actively using it. I love it to pieces. Alright, what do you got? You got stunned. Use a potion there. This guy is freezing me. And you're just doomed. Nice. Not a whole lot of actual good stuff there. We got the Arsonist's Necklace. That's okay. Heavy Ordnance is not something I intend on using, so we're just going to basically be wandering by that. What was this first coronet? Pierce damage. The regular armor is too low, though. Still too low. One-handed range, that's trash. Useless ring. Aether fire, so no. Useless gun, that's fine. We just need to go grab Ulgrim and whack those two zombie guys, and we're in really good shape. Ulgrim's right up here. We'll get rid of some spoders. While we're over here, and while they're over here. There we go. Hello. There we go. And now we just gotta work our way over to where the undead are. Oh, you're still alive. Not anymore, though. We fixed that problem. Ooh, hello. There we go. And, boop. Insignificant little weeds. Oh, hello, you're actually potentially dangerous. Except you aren't, because we're awesome. That's a sword, so we don't care. Alright. And boppity bop. And you're just gone. I don't even need to actually actively fight you, because you will just die from my aura of censure. They always do. Your reinforcements are all dying before they can even finish getting out of the ground. How do you like them apples? That was a really beautiful Stunjax. Nice. That is a potentially nice belt, but where did it go? There it is. No, that is trash. I take it back. It's awful. We're just going to go ahead and go to the Burwich Village Rift, take care of this little issue. This is what I mean by this early area being really easy for Aura of Censure. I can just stand here and they're half dead by the time they're even finished coming out of the ground, even if I didn't attack. With the exception of course, the Emperor Guards, who have a natural fire resistance anyways. But, I mean, you probably are going to have a pretty decent... Okay, they actually slapped me. Fair enough, fair enough. I can turn the quest to get to level 65 and increase in arcane empowerment a little bit more, though. It's not overall going to be that much of a problem. Mild setback. Go ahead and sell all this trash. Alright. And... although we... oh, we don't have the cultist thing yet. Talk to Ulgrim. I can't remember if the... there should be the fabric quest. Yeah, there is. Okay. Okay. And... oops, didn't sell that necklace of horrors. Should probably store our stuff while we're in the area. I mean, while we're here, it can't hurt. No, I haven't summoned my dinosaur in a hot minute either. Which is absolutely shameful of me. There we go. See, that's why I died. I didn't have my dinosaur. My little tiny dinosaur. So, anywho, we're going to really quickly make a quick pit stop to the Burwich outskirts because I forgot to tell Duncan that I got the hammer, so we kind of need to do that. Hey, Duncan. Have a hammer. Alright, now we'll go and enact hideous revenge on the slops that slayed me earlier. Grenadier, empowered Grenadier shoulder guards. Yeah. This... alright, we need to have a conversation about this, because on the one hand, this looks like, oh, this could be stupidly amazing. But at the end of the day, it's not really necessarily something we're going to want. This improves fire damage, but we definitely have a lightning focus. While you still could make it work, it's just honestly not likely to be worth the effort. Alright, now, I know some people are thinking to themselves, you know, if you don't kill Durrani now, you can get a little bit of extra reputation for killing him when he's a member of Cronley's gang, and I can, yes, but I'm in short supply, unfortunately, of the crafting material that I get when I whack good old Durrani. Not Durrani, is it Durrani? I think it is, yeah. Yeah. But I need this, the materials that we get from, John Bourbon. So, I'm gonna kill him because I desperately need these materials. This is Blood of Cthon. Okay, that's not bad. I do need those, just not as much as the Seals of Binding. Alright, so we have that. We have all of that. We need to get the Fabric and the Apprentice, and then we're going to kill Krieg. Probably, I'll have to check, but I don't think we're at the reputation we need to be at. Let me see. Where is this? Devil's Crossing. No, it does not look terribly likely that we're going to get there, which is fine. It happens. This means more bounties in Ultimate. Alright. No Totem North. This is not somewhere I can go. There's an Aether Crystal over here I want to get. Alright. This is fairly messy. Excellent. Oh, you're an actual hero. Let's dive into the Arcane Empowerment here. There we go. The Voidrend Talons. That's not for me. Hand Blunderbuss of Blood, no. Yeah, that's not great. Okay, so that was a disappointing fight, but that's whatever. Let's go grab some fabric. Alrighty. Good enough. There's fabric right there. There's fabric everywhere. I mean, I don't need to have a ton of input here, or if Censure and Ultimate's Wrath is wiping out most of these lunatics without even me needing to have any input. There we go. Like so. Alright. Fantastic. Oh, all of the fabric was actually pretty close by. Nice, but I need to go up there anyways for just convenience to get to the Apprentice. Alright. Cakewalk. I refuse to be intimidated by Ember Guards. I'm surprised they didn't both shoot and wipe out both boxes, but that's fine. Alright. And just take care of you really quick, and then we go across this bridge. Hello? Goodbye. Is this sealed? No, it's not. Excellent. That's convenient. Alright. I can sometimes hit you through the wall. Alright, for sure. Alright. That seems legit, but okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and take all of these lunatics out while we're here. Just get rid of you. Running up on me like that. What's the matter for you? I'm about to be chased, but that doesn't matter because he's weak sauce anyways. Purging Touch. Yay. Actually, those were decent boots. Much higher armor, We get better Aether resistance. The elemental resistance honestly doesn't matter. Yes, please. That was very nice. And we're just going to just zip right on through here, get out of my base. Oop. Goodbye. They're not even worth my time, so whatever. Alright. We're going to report these in really quick, and then we're going to go kill Krieg. Go ahead and deliver the fabric. I think after that we can theoretically drop off some dynamite for extra experience and reputation. There we go. I'm stuck on the door for some reason? Sure. And... nope, too early. Let me see... Warden's Lab, there it is. We're just going to run through here. It's not going to be that challenging. And... bing. Widespread, that'll hit somebody. Good, good. Just get rid of you manually because you're resistant to fire. Decent throw, decent throw. Ooh. Random, but alright. Oh, that was actually a good throw. That was better than I was expecting it to be. Better than it had any right to be. Hello. Just comes running up on me and doesn't do anything. Alright. At least nothing significant. Let me rephrase that. Alright. Actually, there is one guy I want to kill. I want to make sure I kill, which is, what do you call him? He's not down here, is he? No, he's definitely not down here, okay. He's probably in here. He usually is. Whoops, don't have a door there. He is not in here. Fair enough. Is he up here? Where is this dude? There he is. Oh, there's the door. Girthrand, that's right. That's what your name is. As you can see, the challenge is unreal. Wolfsman's Wrath really carrying here. Excellent, excellent. That's absolute trash. I can just wander through here and wipe out most of these guys in 2 seconds flat. There we go. Maybe 5. Somebody's probably counting. I was going to ask who's counting, but I almost guarantee you somebody who has to be. Alright. And that other one back there definitely died from that fireball. Goodbye. Goodbye. Ooh, stragglers. Alright. Absolutely slap these fools down. Beautiful. And goodbye. And goodbye. Hold on. There we go. And then we're just going to run on up here to take care of Warden Krieg. We have an Aether, which we should probably use. Spirit Bane Ointment, that's the word. Yeah? You guys think numbers are going to help you? I've got news for you. I don't care about your numbers. Actually, bring it on. I heal more from them. The more bodies you bring, the better I heal. The more I have to heal off of with Oldswin's Wrath. Still not enough though. Wow. Alright. Too much Aether damage then. I'll need another Spirit Bane Ointment. I'm not going to be able to survive Krieg with that low of Aether resistance. So we'll go ahead and craft ourselves a delightful... Where? There it is. And do we dare do this? That's not the one we need. This is the one we need. Yeah, what the heck. Probably activated those a hair too early because I don't think I have a rift down in there, do I? No. Not a long jaunt though, since all of the enemies are dead pretty much, and even the ones that aren't, I just kill by walking by with a combination of Oldswin's Wrath and Aura of Censure, so shouldn't really be that big of a problem here. And goodbye. There's no door there. Alright. Grab this just for kicks. Don't need that. And we're just gonna run on over there. Just like this. Now I'm wondering if there was something that was decreasing my already poor Aether resistance. 64% is decent enough, but it's not exactly the comfortable 80% that we would like it to be at. We'll run through here first. I know this guy was back here doing things. You're just dead. Alright, that takes care of most of the Aether crystals that were problematic. We're going to take out this one really quick. Never mind, Oldswin's Wrath already took care of that problem. You're not so tough now without your cronies, huh? He's just going to burn to death anyways, so it's kind of whatever at that point. Yeah, now what are you going to do? I've got you stun locked, basically. There we go. That's interesting. I would equip that, but we would have such a huge drop in bleeding resistance, and we don't need pierce or poison acid resistance quite so much that that becomes necessary. So we're actually going to pass by that one. I know you have. Now, how well can we do against you in melee here, just right off the top? Not bad, not bad. This is okay. Here's your Aether attack. That was alright. That didn't hurt too bad. So we can go mano-a-mano with you right now. Probably have to run. That was a terrible throw. When you're going to do the shockwaves, that was also terrible. Your true power is weak sauce. It makes me laugh. Except for that one. Yeah, he's not so bad. I just have to make sure I don't get hit by the shockwave. And make sure he doesn't shoot me with his crossbow, because that would also be equally bad. Okay, well, at least we survived it, but that was not a good time. Oh, he's shooting. Okay. That was terrible, and he shockwaves again, but that's fine. I'm busy. Crushing you. You can destroy your body, and I can also take your freedom. Oh, alright. That wasn't so bad. We came through that pretty well overall. A lot of this is absolute trash, though. The Unseeing Eye of the Blind Assassin is fairly interesting, though. Good to see that. I think I have another. I think I have a recipe for one of those pieces as well, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me there. The Empowered Boots of Unseeing Swiftness. Love to see them. Searing Light is trash. I already know what that is, just for reference. Searing Light is this. Searing Light is useless. Don't ever go for that. Unless you have an ability that actually does something useful with that, Searing Light is so inconsistent, it's never worth the skill points you're putting into it. In all honesty, that's just my opinion. Again, please don't take my word as gospel on that one. I just really passionately hate that skill. Alright, that's just delicious. Okay, so at this particular point, we're so close here. There is something I would like to check really quick. Let's see if we in fact have the capacity to do this quest. We don't. Okay, that's because I'm still at respected, silly me. Do I have my dinosaur? No. Alright, so we're probably going to end it here. I think this is an excellent point at which to stop it. We're 15 minutes in, so that's fine. We are going to be a little bit behind in our delightful Devil's Crossing reputation, which is a little unfortunate, but what are we going to do about it, really? We'll at least hit Honored very quickly. We may actually technically hit Honored just by eliminating the random lunatics that we just encounter on the way. Is there anything we actually could potentially need here? No. Oh, definitely not. We'll just want the writ here. So that's what we're just going to be doing. So level up wise, we'll probably be able to finish Arcane Empowerment at level 66, start working on Word of Renewal after that, which is going to be pretty big news. And then go for Flame Touch. And then after that, we'll just kind of improvise depending on what we've found in terms of equipment. In terms of geographic area covered in the next episode, we are temporarily going to ignore the Path of the Three. I'm not likely to touch the Path of the Three side quest until I'm done with the Forgotten Gods content in Elite, because I want to gauge whether or not I need the Path of the Three quest for the experience or for the reputation. That's going to be an interesting question, but I won't need to make that decision until after the Forgotten Gods content. It's going to be the same thing for Anastaria. Just at least I won't at least be considering her quests at all until at minimum I've gone through Malmoth, because that's going to be really the last place where I'm going to be getting substantial increases to her reputation. But even now, I just worked through Krieg. I just worked through all those other things, and you can see where the heck is she? Why can't I find her? There she is. You can see where I'm very likely to just naturally hit Revered in Elite without even doing her quest lines. So I probably am not going to have to, but I may go for this if I feel I need the levels. But I'm already level 65. My minimum target goal level is 70. But unlike with Veteran, where you do kind of want to be careful with that, I forgot what the maximum level was in the early game, so I turned out to be fine, but it was close based on the fact that their numbers were green. I was pushing sort of the upper limit of that, so I barely came in under the maximum for the first areas. But Ultimate doesn't have that problem, so you can really go ballistic in Elite if you really wanted to. I just don't recommend it. It's just always more efficient to do things in Ultimate because of the better drop rates. So we'll see how this goes, but notice that we've gotten slightly closer here because random ethereal enemies did spawn who were considered ethereal vanguards. So, the giant Aether guys, for example, the Aether Giants are a good example of that. But we are going to, at the very least, be running through Cronley's gang to get Devil's Crossing rep as much as possible. We'll hit Honored and get the writ. We will also be going through the Arcovian Undercity for a similar idea. We're going to want to do that quest with the Necromancer, just so we can get that rover experience. I believe also killing Lutra the Abandoned gives you that, but don't quote me on that. So we'll go ahead and do that. We will at least go up to the key door at some point, just to have that completed. We'll probably wait on that, just to make sure that I'm not going to go down there for Anasteria anyways. So we'll kind of hold off on that one, but we'll definitely at least be getting to the key door, because killing Zargatholan, or whatever his name is, Zartholan, I think. That's Rover reputation right there, so we'll want to be at least doing him. Beyond that, Homestead we probably won't need to go that hardcore on, although there's just the really there's primarily just the Demapteran quest line. Primarily, the rest of the quests there are for the Black Legion, with a couple of exceptions. So I'm not really. We will probably just go ahead and do that just so we can get the Devil's Crossing rep bonus from getting that all done again. And then just basically leave Homestead alone, because we'll probably hit Revered in probably Ultimate, I would say, based on where we're at with Reputation so far. Humans Chosen, that's killing Chthonics and Order of Death's Vigil. We probably will do their quest line just to speed this up a little bit, but we probably don't necessarily need to. I actually may straight up ignore this, because this does require 3 Chthonic Sickles of Binding, or Seals of Binding, and I don't really want to give those up, so I might actually pass right over their quest line, at least right now in Elite. I may come back to it if I feel like it's going to be really necessary in terms of experience, but, you know, as it stands now, I don't think I necessarily need to go through their quest line to get them to Revered in a relatively efficient manner. The cults, of course. The Coven is going to be another one where I will probably do their quest line just so I can get up to Barrowholm, because you have to at least accept the first quest of the Coven to have the conversation, do you want to work with Barrowholm, and then that increases your reputation with Barrowholm. So I'll at least have to do that, but beyond that, there's probably not a whole lot I'll need to do. I'll want to do Barrowholm's quests anyways, because I'll want the reputation bonus, and then deliver the fetish or whatever to the Coven, and thereby get the progress I need, but I'm probably not going to need to do much else with the Coven, because killing beasts is pretty timeless. I may actually come back again, just like with everything else. I may decide to do those quests later on for the experience, but it's not likely I'll need it. If I need any additional reputation with the Coven by the time I return there in Ultimate, I can just do their quest line in Ultimate and get even more rewards, so that really takes care of that problem. But for the most part in Elite, where I'm going to be focusing right now is Devil's Crossing, the Rovers, and the Black Legion, because they have a bunch of good quests in Homestead that I can complete. We'll be temporarily ignoring Humans Chosen, we will temporarily be ignoring the Coven, and we will temporarily be ignoring, well, temporarily is a loose term, Homestead. I'll have to kill the Demapter and Queen anyways, but that's not really going to be a huge problem. I could ignore, if I really wanted to, a bunch of the other side quests in the area, because there's just not as much of a need to do that. The demon in the bottom left corner, the demon in the bottom with the dynamite, I believe that counts as a rover quest. I can't 100% remember, but I believe that's a rover, so we'll probably do that, but we don't need to do the diary. Not until Ultimate anyways. And we don't need to do the last will of whatever his name is either. We can just get the, kill the demon locked, sealed in the cave, and then kill the Demapteran Queen and the amalgamation. So with that being said, that's what you have to look forward to. Thank you all very much for joining me on this. I do appreciate that. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, ideas, what have you, please leave them down in the comment section below. I do read them. And if you like this, please like and subscribe. I can't remember if I said that. And have a great 24 hours.